Okay, so in this video we will see next 5 question, that is from question number 66 to question number 70, and all those questions related to the GCP PD exam which is present on examtopics.com. Let's start. Question number 66. You set up a streaming data insert into a Redis cluster via a Kafka cluster. Okay, so there is a streaming data insert using the Kafka cluster and into a Redis cluster. Okay, both clusters are running on a compute engine instances. Okay, you need to encrypt data at rest with encryption keys that you can create, rotate and destroy as needed. What should you do? Okay, so basically we are inserting some data into the cluster, and the cluster exists on the compute engine, that is on the VM. We need to encrypt the data at rest. So there are two encryption, two ways. One is the encryption of data which is at rest, and which encryption of the data which is at transit. So encryption of the data at rest means like it is in the rest position, so which means when the data gets stored, so that is the encryption. And then we need to we have the database and the data is already there in the database. Now we need to perform the encryption. Encryption data at transit means when the data is in the movement, so when the data is going from one source to another source, and during that time we need to perform the encryption. So that is the encryption at during transit. But here we need to do the encryption data at rest. So we have the database, and in the database we have the data, and on that data we need to perform encryption, and we need to perform encryption using encryption keys. But we need to do in such a way so that the keys can rotate, keys can destroy as needed. So let's suppose we encrypt the data using one key, like key 1, but it could be rotated, maybe like after 1 month, now the data will be get encrypted using key 2, then after again next month the data get encrypted using key 3. So what should you do? Okay, so first option is create a dedicated service account and use encryption keys to reference your data stored in your computer engine cluster as part of your API service call. So this looks wrong because our main thing is we need to encrypt the data using encryption keys, right? And we need to encrypt the data, right? And the encryption should be like a key should be can be rotate and can be destroy. So in the first option, nothing is satisfied, so they told that create a service account. Why should I create a service account? Service account only needs to be created when an application needs to get interacted. So they told that rather than you need do via some application, that is some API service calls, so which is wrong, which is not the requirement. Second thing is create a encryption keys in the cloud key management service. Use those keys to encrypt your data in all of the compute engine cluster instance. So this looks okay because they told that okay, create a encryption keys, and we need to create, so we can create encryption keys and create encryption with the cloud KMS. So KMS is like the key management service where all the keys get stored or maintained. So using the KMS, and one of the main advantage of the KMS is that is the inbuilt functionality. So keys can be automatic rotate, like we can set the frequency when the keys should be rotated, and we can destroy the keys as well in the KMS. So KMS is one of the service provided by the Google Cloud, and we need to use those keys to encrypt the data. So and in the compute engine, so that looks okay. And because everything is getting satisfied, we need to encrypt the data, so we are encrypting, we are using the KMS. So the KMS function is rotate, destroy as needed, and we are encryption in the cluster instances only. So that looks okay. Create encryption keys locally. Upload your encryption keys at a cloud key management service. Use those keys to encrypt your data. So this is not recommended. We can use this technique, but this is generally not recommended, that you can create your keys in your computer and then you load into the KMS when we have already the facilities to create the keys within the Google. Why should we create a keys locally? So then generally this is not recommended, even when we need to encrypt the data at rest. So like this is not recommended, so we will not select this option. Create encryption key in the cloud KMS. Okay, reference those keys in your API calls accessing that data in your compute engine cluster instances. So they told that till this point it is okay, create an encryption key in the KMS. They told that now we will do this rather than encrypt the data into the database, we will use the key in our API call. So whenever like we fetch the data from the database, and at that time we will perform encryption so that the front user will see encrypted data. But this is not the requirement. That the requirement is we need to encrypt the data at rest. So we need to encrypt the data within the database itself. So out of this, option B looks okay, right? So we will go with the option number B. So if we reveal the answer, they shared option number C, which is wrong. If you go to the discussion tab, so most of the people say option number B. So if I go to this here, so this is the official documentation, that is the encryption. So KMS can automatically rotate key at regular time interval. We can rotate the key, we can destroy the key. So like this is the facility as well. I think we can destroy, we can also destroy the keys as well. So we will go with the create encryption keys in the KMS, that is the key management service. And if we look at this, like people suggested B, and most of the people have voted like 10 votes, right? And these people also like 9 votes. So all people suggest B, only 1 or 2 people suggest C and A, which is wrong. A is totally wrong, that is a service account, this is not the requirement. So some people suggest C, that is rather than creating the key into the KMS, create the keys locally. So generally it is not recommended to create the keys locally, because let's suppose you create the keys locally and you store the keys locally in your computer, and your computer get corrupted. So you will like send your computer to some service center, and if they will find those key, maybe like they can like store those keys at their end, and they can hack your data. So this is generally not recommended. So option B is correct. Question number 67. You are deploying an application that uses a recommendation engine on Google Cloud. Okay. Your solution should display new videos to customer based on past views. Okay, so we are like using some recommendation engine that is on application and deploying on the Google Cloud, and that recommendation is basically to like to recommend the new videos to the customers based on the past views. So you should need to generate labels for the entities in the videos. Okay, so it is mentioned here that we need to generate the labels. Labels means like we need to generate some data, you can say, for the entities in video. Entities in video means like the regarding the content of the video that the customer has viewed. Your design must be able to provide, let's suppose I watch one video and that is some funny video, so the label should be like it is a funny video. And some person watch like horror video, so the label should be horror. So based on the entity of the videos, content of the video, we need to generate the labels. Your design must be able to provide very fast filtering suggestion based on the data from customer performance on several terabytes of data. So these are the keywords, right? So what should you do? Okay, first thing is that build and train a complex model that generate the label. They told that do one thing, build your own model which will look at the videos, which will find the labels from the video. So this is not recommended, because like we have already like we can use the inbuilt models provided by the Google. So it is always recommended, rather than creating your own models, own complex models, first go with the models which is provided by the Google. So this is not recommended. B option again same, like build and train classification model. So this is not recommended. Build an application that calls the Cloud Video Intelligence API. So Cloud Video Intelligence API is the inbuilt API service provided by the Google. So what it will do is it will like it is just a REST API call. It will look at the video and it will like generate the like labels, or you can say by looking at the content of the video it will like generate the labels. So we can use the inbuilt facility, so that looks okay. Even option D said that okay, like we need to use the cloud video intelligence API, so that looks okay. Let's look at the other part. Store data into the cloud big table and filter the predicted labels based on the match. And here it told us store data in the cloud SQL and join and filter. So this is not recommended, because if you read the question, they have mentioned we have the several terabytes of data, but we know in the cloud SQL we can like store like up to 10 terabytes of data. So default size is 10 TB, but we can extend up to 30 TB. But if it is more than that, let's suppose 40 TB, 50 TB, 100 TB, because they told us several terabytes, it is not mentioned how many terabytes. So cloud SQL is not recommended, but we will store the data into the big table. So we will go with the option number C. So they told that option number C. If you go to the discussion tab, so most of the people say option number C. Question number 68. You are selecting service to write and transform JSON message from cloud PubSub to BigQuery for a data pipeline on cloud Google Cloud. Okay, so there is a pipeline. There is a data pipeline. What it will do is it will like take a message, and the message is in the JSON format from a cloud PubSub, right? And that message we need to store into the BigQuery, but we need to transform this JSON message. You want to minimize service cost, so main thing is we want to minimize the cost. You also want to monitor and accommodate input data volume. They will vary in size and the minimal manual intervention. So they told that the input data may vary, like let's suppose in the starting it could be 1 GB data, so in future maybe like it's only 100 KB, and or in future maybe it's 1000 GB, so it could be vary. So if the data get vary, we don't need like a manual intervention. So what should you do? Along with it, we need to minimize the cost. So what should you do? So use cloud Dataproc to run your transformation, monitor CPU utilization. So if you read the question, we need minimal manual intervention. They told that use cloud Dataproc. So if we use the cloud Dataproc, so like we need to create the cluster, right? We need to resize the number of worker nodes. So all these are the manual effort. We need to monitor the CPU manually. So all these are the manual efforts, right? But here it is mentioned we need to minimize the manual intervention. So option A is wrong. Option B is use cloud Dataproc to run your transformation. Okay, use the diagnose command to generate an operational output archive, locate the bottleneck and adjust cluster resources. Again, like this is a manual task, so which is not recommended. Wrong. Which is not even asked in the question. Question number C, use cloud data flow to run your transformation, monitor the job using Stackdriver. So Stackdriver will automatically monitor, so we will no need to monitor manually or using some commands, so it is automatic, so that's okay. So we are using cloud data flow, that is look okay. Use a default auto scaling, yeah, that is perfectly okay, because the size will get vary, and if we use the default auto scaling, if like the volume get increase, it will automatically scale the worker instance. If the volume get decrease, it will automatically decrease the worker instance. So C looks perfectly okay. Option D said use cloud data flow to run your transformation. Okay, monitor the total execution time for sampling of jobs, configure the jobs on the non-default types. So this is again like why we need to monitor the jobs manually when we have the Stackdriver to automatically like monitor. So option C is correct. They told option B, but option B is not the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. So if you go, option C is the correct answer. Question number 69. And 1 minute, let me show you one more thing. Okay, this is done. Okay, so question number 69. Your infrastructure includes a set of YouTube channels Okay, you have been tasked with creating a process of sending the YouTube channel data to Google Cloud for analysis. Okay, so when you read the question, always try to find the keywords in the question. That will be very helpful to find the actual answer, or at least it will help us to eliminate the options. So the keyword is like we have some YouTube channels and we want to send the YouTube channel data to the Google Cloud for analysis, right? Then you want to design a solution that will allow your worldwide marketing teams, that is, a team is available worldwide, to perform NC SQL and other types of analysis up to date YouTube channels log data. How should you set up the log data transfer into the Google Cloud? So how we will like set up the data transfer into the Google Cloud? Okay, so first thing is that use the storage transfer service to transfer the backup files to the Google Cloud storage multi-regional storage bucket as a final destination. So that looks okay, because they told that we need to transfer the data, we can use the storage transfer service, that is fine. And it is not mentioned where we need to store the data, so we can store the data like into the Google Cloud storage, that is fine. And they told that like our team is worldwide, and like anyone from the world like can access the data, so we are using the multi regional storage bucket. So that looks perfectly okay. But let's look at other option. Use the storage diversity but use the regional bucket as the final destination. So why should we use the regional bucket when our team is worldwide, that is located at the worldwide, right? So option B doesn't look good here. Use BigQuery transfer service to transfer the offset backup to the cloud storage and then use as a final destination. So they told that rather than the storage transfer service, we will use the BigQuery data transfer service, right? And rest everything is same, that is the data will be stored into the cloud storage, and that is the multi-regional. This is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because using the BigQuery data transfer service, we can transfer the data only and only into the BigQuery table, not in the cloud storage. If I show you, so here you are mentioned currently you cannot use the BigQuery data transfer service to transfer data out of BigQuery, right? So BigQuery data transfer automatically loads the data into the BigQuery onto the regular basis, right? So option C is wrong. Option D is, so don't go with the option C and option D just to see that we need to perform analysis, we need to perform the NC SQL. Don't use these options, right? So option D is also we can like reject because it says the regional storage bucket. So the regional options we can directly like eliminate, right? Now we have the option number A and option number C, because we have the both the multi-regional and a multi-regional, and we need to store the worldwide, like our teams located at the worldwide. So out of option A and option C we need to select, but the only difference is they told that use the storage transfer service and use the BigQuery data transfer service. So this is just the services, and the data will store into the Google Cloud storage finally. So no matter for the analysis will be done only on the cloud storage. So but we know by using the BigQuery data transfer service we can't store the data into the Google Cloud storage. So option A is correct. So they told option number B, which is wrong. So correct answer is option number A. So option number A is correct, and the people has 19 times upvoted. Question number 70. You are designing storage, okay, for very large text files for a data pipeline on Google Cloud, okay. You want to support the NC SQL queries, okay. You also want to support compression and parallel data load from input location from Google recommended policy. What should you do? So read the keywords. So one is a large files. So when we have the large files, like either we will store into the BigQuery or Bigtable, right? Second thing is that we want to support the NC SQL queries. You want to support NC SQL queries. So on the NC SQL queries, you can say like the BigQuery, or even on the cloud storage as well. And we want to use the compression, right? And also the parallel load of the data. So transform data files to compressed AVRO format using cloud data flow. So they told that we are using the data pipeline, right? So they told that transform the file, or you can say the compress the file in the AVRO format using the cloud data flow, and then store into the BigQuery. So that looks okay. Other options here that okay, compress in AVRO format using cloud data flow, okay. Use cloud storage and BigQuery permanent link tables for query. Why we use like two storage? So it doesn't look good, right? Option B is wrong. Compress text file to JZip format, okay, in the zip format file using the grid computing tools. Why we use the grid computing tools? Like even option number C and option D, they told the grid computing tools. When it is mentioned, we need to use the data pipeline. So either we use the data flow or the data proc, right? So option C and option D wrong. And why we use the two like storage? So we will use only like one storage, that is the BigQuery. So option A is like correct. And even they told option number D, but option D is wrong. Option A is correct. So if you go to the tab, so here they have told option number B, but option number B is like wrong. If you go to the other people said option number A. Alright, so even if you look at the, let me show you. So because AVRO is a format like which is generally recommended, so streaming AVRO records into the BigQuery using the data flow. So we can stream the AVRO records into the BigQuery using the data flow. So all these options will be satisfying like in using first option. So we can compress into the AVRO format. You can like transfer the AVRO using the data flow, and we can store into the BigQuery. So everything looks like okay. So here if you go down, so PubSub, then data flow, then cloud storage onto the BigQuery. Here they have mentioned cloud storage as well. 1 minute. And option B told that use cloud storage and the BigQuery permanent links table. So does it mean option B is correct? Inject JSON string in data flow and transform them into the AVRO generated classes. Okay, generate BigQuery table schema from the AVRO schema. Write the AVRO to the cloud big storage. Write the AVRO records to the BigQuery. So I think rather than option A, I think option B is the correct answer. We need to use the both cloud storage and the BigQuery permanent link tables for queries. I think option B is the correct answer. I think that's why like most of the people voted for like option number B. Yeah, I think like option C and option D can be easily rejected, but out of A and B, like earlier I thought like it could be A, because why we need like two storage, cloud storage and a BigQuery. We can directly transfer the data into the BigQuery, right? But it looks, if I go to the official documentation streaming AVRO records into the BigQuery using data flow. So even here as well, like we are loading into the BigQuery, but we are using the like cloud storage as well, because once the data will reach here in the AVRO format, we will like create a table into the BigQuery by reading the schema, but we will like store the file into the cloud storage, and then from the cloud storage we will like we will load it from into the BigQuery. Write the AVRO records to the cloud storage and write the AVRO records to the BigQuery. I'm not sure like why they are writing the records to the cloud storage. What is the need? But let's go with the option number A, because as per the official documentation, like it is mentioned like they are using both storage system, that is a cloud storage and the BigQuery. So go with option number B. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of the video.